Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. All right, today we are going to dig right in. This podcast episode is really designed for small businesses who are doing marketing at the local level, leveraging Facebook, and you're feeling overwhelmed. Now, although this is targeted for small businesses, I'll tell you these strategies and tips will also be helpful for larger, medium-sized businesses, as well as even businesses who are trying to do things at a national or even global level. But really, I'm speaking to you, the small business owner or somebody working inside of a small business. These are all strategies that you are going to be able to hopefully implement and run with starting today, right after you listen to this episode. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one is if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to think about the reason you're overwhelmed. Why are you overwhelmed? You're likely overwhelmed because you feel like you don't have enough time and enough money and resources to do what you know you need to do. Now, I want you to ask yourself, do you know what you need to do? The first thing you need to do is make sure that you develop a plan that is realistic, because continuing to run around like an overwhelmed chicken with your head cut off isn't going to get you where you need to get. Because as much as you hope and pray that you're going to get more hours in a day, each only have 24 hours in a day. That's all we got. So you need to make the most of it. And I want you to also be able to have a life. That's why this podcast is called the Social Zoom Factor. It's about zooming both your life and your business, finding that blended balance if there is such a thing. So the first thing you have to do is develop a plan. You need a strategy with goals and objectives of what you want to achieve, why you want to achieve that, and how you're going to achieve that. So if every day you're waking up and you're thinking and laying in bed, oh my goodness, what am I going to post on Facebook today? You're starting your day off behind, right? You need to start the year off prepared. You need to build a business where you are investing in preparation so that you can have some sanity. And so you need to have that strategy. You need to have that plan. And you need to make sure that your content is organized and there's a rhyme and a reason to what you are developing. And so you need to make sure that, number one, you have a plan. Quit winging it, okay? Number two, I want your content to have what I call a drum beat. Okay. And if you think about a band and you think about the drummer, you know, the guitarist may go in and out. The singers may go in and out. The vocal artists, I guess I should call them. And the keyboard may go in and out. But when the drummer is on, it is a continuous drumbeat. All right. I want your content to have that continuous, reliable drumbeat. And in order to have that continuous drumbeat, you need a plan. You're not going to have that drumbeat of power and empowerment and inspiration if you are not planning out that content. And that's why you need to make sure you are leveraging a content calendar. And you can download our content calendar template. We just updated it for the new year. It is loaded with all kinds of new features, and it's broken down for you by month, by week, and by day, and has everything you need. And it will be the only content calendar you need this year to organize your content, to set goals for each piece of content, align it to the needs of your audience, decide what the call to action is on each of those pieces of content. You know, it has a place for you to insert your URLs to, link to where you're keeping your visuals or your audio or your videos that are associated with that content. So head on over to themarketingnutswithaz.com/calendar and download that calendar. You'll be presented with an option to also grab our quick start toolkit. And I highly recommend you grab that as well. It's loaded with swipe files and examples of my content calendars, and with real life examples of content and ebooks and idea books and, a virtual whiteboard for you to capture ideas and facilitate those conversations. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you need to quit winging it when it comes to your plan and your content. Okay. Number 3, once you have a plan, once you have a strategy, I want you to make sure that you are leveraging the OPC, and that is other people's content and other people's community. You do not need to create all of your own content, and particularly at the local level. I want you to consider becoming a resource for your community. And we have helped so many of our students and so many of our clients do this, where they become that go-to resource that has information about what's happening in your local market. What events are coming up this weekend? Where are the best places to eat? If you own any type of small business, so say you have a restaurant or you have a gym or you have a hair salon or a barber shop or a yogurt shop, what else is near you? So if somebody's coming in to get their hair done with you, or their nails done, or they're coming to get a massage, what's near you? If you're next to a Chipotle, what are the promotions that Chipotle has? How can you do some co-marketing with them? What's going on at the nearby pizza shop? What events are happening in the local community that you can share on your page? Because you want to make sure that your local business is seen as a part of the community, not somebody that is just wanting to sell to your community. So people want to be part of something bigger than themselves. And if you think about a local market, we love the fairs, we love the carnivals, we love the parades and those types of things. And I live in Florida, just outside of Orlando. And, we live in Osceola County, where there's a lot of country. I'm kind of in between, where we have Lake Nona, which is the medical city. And, it's more modern and hipster, whatever you want to call it. And then on the other side of us, we have Old Florida. So we have Osceola County. My kids go to a country high school and they love it. But every year, 2 times a year, we have what we call Rodeo Day. They actually shut down the schools, and they really want the families to go to the rodeo, to go to the fair. So if you live in a community that's doing those types of things, you should be sharing that information on your Facebook page. You should be, attending those events, maybe sponsoring those events, or just get your team out to those events and share the experience. Be part of what matters to those people who you want to be part of your business, who you want to trust you, understand who they are, and connect with them in a very authentic and real way, the best that you possibly can. Now, when it comes to other people's content and other people's community, the benefits to you are going to be that you're going to increase brand awareness. So when you're sharing content from another Facebook page, number 1, that's content you didn't have to create. Number 2, that's content that's relevant to your audience. And number 3 benefit is that it is going to help you tap into the power of that community that already exists. So when you're sharing content from another local business that, maybe already has brand awareness, already has community surrounding it, now you're becoming part of that community. And it's so much easier to build your brand at a local level with the power of community versus trying to do it all by yourself. Because I'm telling you, in today's digital landscape, if you are trying to go it alone, it's going to be a tough uphill battle. So you want to make sure that you are leveraging the power of relationships in an authentic way. Now, this also leads us to number 4, which is user-generated content. Okay, and this is another place that you can get content. So this could be from people who are in your community and are your customers. So if somebody's coming into your business and they're buying food from you or service from you, really inspire them and reward them possibly to share content about your brand. I know we have a local business called Bolay who has some pseudo healthy bowls. You can get kale in it, and the kale's drenched in some things, but it's yummy. And I do keto, so I love that they have steak in there. I can get some halfway decent, what should be healthy meals. And they do a lot with user-generated content where if you check in, you get a free cookie that I give to my son. And if I share the app from, I go to Orange Theory. So if I share my app that shows that I'm an Orange Theory member, I save 10% on my bill. So those types of things are really empowering and bringing together different communities. It's also giving them research data as far as what communities their target customers are already a part of, so then they know who to target, who to do co-marketing with, that type of thing. So super smart and powerful. And then it also, when we tweet it or we Instagram it, we check in, and they reward us with a cookie, then they're getting that user-generated content where I'm the user, I'm creating content. They're not having to create the content, but all of my friends are seeing that content when I share it to my Facebook page. So that's a great way. And then that also takes us to things like influencer marketing, where you can target some micro influencers at the local level and, maybe do a special event, that type of thing, and get them to be part of your community and sharing that content out to their community. But that's a whole other discussion on its own. Now, I know we're getting deep into some content here, but I have a few more strategies for you. So I'll be right back after this message from our sponsor. Please give them a listen because it's what keeps this podcast zooming.
Overwhelmed with constant changing social networks and technology, unsure where to focus and how to build your personal or business brand, tired of wasting money on Facebook ads and social media training that overpromises and underdelivers? Introducing Social Profit Factor, our social media online training academy and community, a proven system with a step-by-step blueprint to help you set goals, increase brand awareness, leads, and sales. From social media 101 to advanced strategies and tactics for all of the top social networks, including Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, live video, and more. Zoom past your competition with influencer marketing and an audience-first marketing approach. Sign up today and develop your plan within 30 to 60 days. A plan that prioritizes the strategies and tactics for the highest ROI for your business. It's time you learn from the experts who walk the walk, not just talk the talk. Visit socialprofitfactor.com, coupon code Zoom. Again, socialprofitfactor.com, coupon code Zoom.
I'm back. Okay, strategy number 5 is I want you to get out of your business, out of the office. I want you to get out of your box, and I want you to really be part of the local community and just share whatever it is you're doing. So if you are having an event, I want you to share the content from that event. I want you to get out into the real world and create content. I want you to create content that tells a story about what you're doing on a daily basis. So we're creating content as we're living life, as we're working, as we are engaging as a team, both internally and externally. All of our content does not have to be planned out perfectly. We want to share experiences and be able to tell stories that are real. And when we connect emotionally with our audience, that is going to help you build that connection where you're building trust and you're able to then build authority and establish those relationships. It gives people something that they can tack onto and really connect with you. And it's not content that you're having to spend a whole bunch of time creating because you are just capturing those real life moments. Tip number 6 is perfection is the enemy of good. And sometimes good is good enough. So I want you to embrace imperfect perfection. I want you to forget the thought that your content needs to be perfect. I want you to quit comparing your content to all of your competitors. Half the time, your competitors probably don't even know what they're doing, and you're worrying about what they're doing, right? Why don't you worry about your own team, your own customers, and focus on content that connects you with your audience? And when you stop trying to be perfect, you will find that your content will actually deliver a higher ROI for you because it is real, it is raw, and your audience will see that it is not polished to perfection, and they're going to trust it more. The days of a perfect video where it's scripted and we do it 100 times before we put it out there, those days are gone. Right? We need to embrace the realness. By the time you get something that is perfect, you're missing that window of opportunity, and you're wasting cycles and time and mind share where you could be doing very much more creative things. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm telling you, you don't have time to worry about perfection. I want you to get your creative mojo back, because the reality is you should be spending 80% of your time on promotion of your content and only about 20% of your time on creating it. Because when you create the right content, it doesn't take you as long. You need to be able to spend time on distributing that content and connecting with your audience and getting out there, being part of your community, doing some co-marketing both online and offline. I don't want you stuck in a room creating content 80% of your time. I want you promoting that content and engaging and building those relationships and tapping into the power of the OPC, other people's community. And last but not least, we have a bonus strategy. And this is, if you are feeling overwhelmed on Facebook, get off of Facebook. It is not the only social network that's out there. And if you are putting all your eggs in the social network basket of Facebook, that is a very, very dangerous thing. And you really need to make sure that you are prioritizing the right social networks for your business based upon an audience strategy where you know where your audience is hanging out. And, maybe it's Instagram where they are. If you are in a market where you're targeting working professionals, you could be spending more time over on LinkedIn. So if you feel like you're just hitting your head on the Facebook wall day in and day out, expand your horizons. Try some video content that you post on YouTube, and then you also share on Facebook. But you need to get out of your box. Doing the same thing over and over every day and expecting a different result is not going to get you a different result. So you have to get out of your box. You need to connect with other people, build that plan, and really take that business online to the next level. You got to think differently this year. You can't keep doing the things that you've done the past 5 years, because many more small businesses are getting very smart with what they're doing, and they are, getting better at Facebook ads, and they're getting better at creating that content. And so if you want to reduce that overwhelmed, you got to get your game on, and you need to get your act together and really get focused with what you're wanting to achieve, and then make sure that you're laser focused on achieving those goals. And, I hope these strategies are going to help you maybe think about things differently. Please go check out our Social Profit Factor Training Academy. It's there to help small businesses just like you. And I encourage you to go download that content calendar and grab those resources available at themarketingnuts.com/calendar. I wish you the greatest of success.
If you're ready to zoom your business and zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.